Chapter 4. Explaining the Unexplainable. How could a person meditating in Connecticut change events in Yugoslavia? It seems to defy our understanding of the world, our training, and our logic. And yet science is now confirming the unity of our world and the potential to affect things remotely. Many researchers have shown the power of human intention to affect plants, animals, bacteria, yeast, isolated human cells, and enzymes. Not only that, but a reproducible experiment is that a group of people can affect the breathing and eye movements of another group of people from far away. There are different theories on how this is possible, yet regardless of the explanation of how it is possible, there is proof that it is possible. These scientific studies offer strong evidence to support a different view of what we are capable of and the degree to which we unknowingly affect each other all the time. The potential to touch another person, be they nearby or far away, through unconditional love is even greater. The evidence of our interconnectedness is compelling. I know this now, but at the time of the Milosevic meditations, I was challenged on many levels to believe that our interconnectedness was possible. Shadrach offered encouragement when he said, "I wanted to talk to you about the way things are going for you. You are having trouble with your sense of reality in regard to your channels and meditations. This is understandable because it is so foreign to you. But one thing you must realize is that people have been doing this sort of thing for a long time. It's just that you didn't know about it." Imagine my delight when I discovered Alien Dawn, an investigation into the contact experience, a book by Colin Wilson. It blew me away. It talks about people meditating in hotel rooms throughout the world to avert the assassination of Yasser Arafat at a press conference, thus averting a Middle East war that would have escalated into a world war. It sounded to me like maybe I wasn't crazy, as there were other people out there doing this. Anastasia's Ray. Further confirmation on the phenomenon is found in Anastasia, the first book in the Ringing Cedar series. The series tells the story of Anastasia, who lives in a remote taiga of Russia as naturally as the animals who serve her and bring her food. She has no house, wears little clothing, and lives as part of the natural world. This may conjure up a vision of a heathen, but her mastery on all levels is astounding and encouraging, because she demonstrates the highest human potential. She is able to see the past and knows what is going on all over the world, even without ever leaving her woods. What struck me like a bolt of lightning when I read it, I burst into tears, was the use of her ray. By focusing on the inner plane, she is able to open a line of communication, allowing her to remotely view and assist people from a distance. She demonstrated this by looking in on the author's wife from hundreds of miles away. Anastasia asserts that the ray can gather or transmit information, cheer up a mood, and help heal depending on the user's energy, will, desire, and degree of feeling. The overriding condition critical to controlling the ray is the purity of the user's thoughts and the strength of their radiant feelings. Anastasia's ray is not unlike what I used in the Milosevic meditations. The purity of thought that she says powers the ray could be termed unconditional love. What is more pure than a love that wants to open a heart to healing, and love with no thought of return or payment? The engine of both her ray and the Milosevic meditations is focused and radiant, unconditional love. The context that makes all of this possible is the unity of the world we live in, and our heart's connection to it. Life and Teaching of the Masters of the Far East. The most inspiring and transformative books that I have read are the 6 volumes of Spiritual Classics by Baird T. Spalding, in which he describes a group of scientists' travels during several trips to Tibet, India, and China in 1894. They met and traveled with spiritual masters, documented their abilities, and conveyed their teachings. They met Jesus as a living being in a human body, who, like other masters, could appear miraculously. One of the books quotes Jesus referring to a ray as well, saying,
"You can transform God power and send it out with such force that it is irresistible. These are the beams or rays of light that you see emanating from my body. These rays are emanating from your body, although they are not yet as potent. But as you go on and use this power, allied with law and principle, you will add potency to the light and can consciously direct it to accomplish any good desire."
Confirmation from other sources that this kind of work was possible was a joyful revelation. Anastasia and the Masters do this, and their message is that we too are capable of it. We all have the capacity to focus our thoughts with intention and open our hearts to assist the world. This is just one of our divine inheritances. Our every emotion, thought, action, and word is creative. Conscious use of these energies in alignment with our divine selves can create miracles. We are born creators. Quote, "The divinity that shapes your destinies is not a mighty person molding you as a potter molds his clay, but a mighty divine power within and all around you, and around and in all substance, which is yours to use as you will." Spalding, Life and Teaching of the Masters of the Far East. The truth is that we are creating whether we want to or not. The energy we put out into the world draws like energy to itself, forming more of itself. So what is the mechanism by which this creative communication occurs?